Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to replace the fan on this Dell Inspiron 155567. It was giving a fan error, so the customer asked me to replace it. We're going to be using a JIS 1 screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, you want to keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I do that, I put them flat side down like that on my desk. In the pattern, I remove them. So you can see we have like this pattern here, and I just put them on my desk in that pattern, okay? So usually I'll go in rows, and then so we got like 4, then we got these 2. If you want, you can even combine and put these down in a row, because that way it'll be a little bit easier. You can compress it and have like 4, 4, 4, kind of like that. Okay. Alright, again, don't mix up the screws because they are different size, shape, and lengths, and if you put the wrong one in the wrong place, you can actually damage your computer. Okay. Alright, so we got all these screws to remove. This one screw, if you're just removing the CD drive or optical drive, that's the only screw you need to remove. So I'll actually remove the CD drive in a bit after I get all these screws out, but you only need to remove that one screw if that's all you wanted to remove, okay? Alright. And so far, this screw and the screw up here are much smaller and shorter than the rest. The other ones seem to be about the same, but again, it's always a good idea to keep all the screws in order. And put the same screw back where you got it from. Okay, almost done. This bottom row actually only has 3 screws. Okay, so we'll take this last one out. I don't know why my recording setup is kind of lagging, so hopefully it's not actually lagging on the video. Okay, once we got all those screws out, we're gonna disconnect or remove the CD drive or optical drive. I just get my fingernail, slide it along this gap, and pull. Okay, and there we go. So while I'm pulling and sliding, you can see it pops out. So this is what the drive looks like. I believe this is the thinner model. So if you want, you can actually replace this with a hard drive caddy. And then you can actually swap this piece over as well as this, and then that way you can actually put another hard drive or SSD into this laptop if you don't really use CDs. Okay, there's 3 screws hidden under here. It looks like we have to use a JIS 0 screwdriver for that, so let's go ahead and switch over to a JIS 0 screwdriver, and we'll remove those 3 screws. Again, keep them in order. Okay. This one looks like somebody worked on it and stripped it out. Let me put a bunch of pressure in there. Okay, sometimes if it doesn't grip well, you want to make sure that you push down hard into it to get the screw out. Okay. Oh, I think my phone is kind of trying to pick up all the old stuff. I should have turned off like the cell service on there. Okay, so we got all of that out. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pull the bottom cover off. Oh no, it just lost connection to my phone. So give me a second, I'll be back. I need to fix that so I can see what I'm showing. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully it's not gonna get messed up again. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. So we removed all the screws. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna carefully open this up. I don't know if you can see, there's actually a gap here, okay? It shouldn't be popping out like that on its own already, but normally what I gotta do is I get my fingernails in the gap there, and I push with my thumb here, okay, and pull like this, and it should pop out just like that. I don't know why it's already popping out. Maybe the battery is bad. Anyways, we'll work our way around the side and continue pulling like that. So I'm gonna carefully, slowly close this back, okay, and then I'm gonna go around the sides here and pop this. Slowly work your way around, okay, just like that. All right, oh no, it's lagging still a lot. All right, we're gonna work our way around and continue popping the corner out. Then the back might be a little bit tricky. Let's see here. Sometimes I can kind of just wiggle this as I pull on it. I'm gonna hold down here. I'll grab at the CD drive slot, and let's see if we can wiggle and pop this up. There we go. Okay, so we got this up. All right. And there we go, we got the bottom cover off. Alright, so we're going to be replacing this fan. As you can see, this fan is having a hard time spinning. Okay. And the replacement fan is this one. Okay. Hopefully it's the same type. Connector. Well, let's see. But you can see the fan spins a lot better. This one, the fan kind of gets stuck. Okay, so the fan looks like it actually goes this way, and I think it goes underneath, and there's a metal plate on top. I hope that's right. So I see one screw here. Uh-oh. My camera thing just turned itself off again. So we're going to remove this one screw. Okay. And then we're going to have to remove this connector here. Let's see if we can take the fan out. Oh no. Is it attached to this? Okay. I think we're going to have to redo the thermal paste. I was hoping I didn't have to. We're going to switch over to the JIS 0 screwdriver and remove these screws. Okay, my camera setup is being very annoying. It keeps turning itself off. I don't know what's going on. So, I don't know. It's hard to see what I'm recording. But, okay, so there's those two screws, but this actually tucks underneath the heatsink, it seems. So I think we are going to actually have to redo all the thermal paste, which I didn't think I'd have to do. So the amount that I'm charging for this is actually too low now. But anyways, I'll just have to look at my phone screen to zoom in and then do this. Hopefully it's accurate enough. Okay. There's 3 screws here we're going to remove. Okay, again, keep all the screws in order. Alright, so we got those 3 out. If you want to see how to do like the battery and all that other stuff, I'm pretty sure I have another video showing that. These screws stay attached to the heatsink, so keep that in mind. You can't pop it out. But this one is just for showing the fan. Okay, and this already kind of lifted up, and I can already see the fan separating here. We're gonna have to disconnect the fan connector here. I use my fingernail on one side, and because there's not much room, I'm gonna use my screwdriver and kind of just wiggle this as I pull, and hopefully this whole thing is visible. But there we go, just like that. You can see now we can kind of lift this out, and this whole piece seems to be coming up. Oh, you want to be careful. It looks like they attached the cable to the power button there. So here you can see we got the heatsink out. Okay, and I'm gonna have to use a brush and clean this off. And then here's the fan. So let me see, how am I gonna do this? We're gonna have to clean all this old thermal paste off. Okay, and hopefully you can see everything. And this one, they attached this on here. It's kind of dumb design. You gotta make sure to hold down this cable and carefully peel this up. Okay, or how am I gonna get this out? Yeah, this is an annoying design. I don't know why they did it like that. If you're not careful and you just yank this out, you're gonna end up having to take the whole motherboard out. So be careful. I'm holding down the cable from underneath here and peeling, and that seems to be working this direction. Okay, and there we go. So we got this cable released. Alright, and as you can see, this fan kind of gets stuck. Sometimes you can actually repair these fans, and actually this is one of those cases where you can actually repair the fan. This fan actually is better quality than the replacement, I feel. So I feel like I should repair that one. This one, as you can see, I can't even push this fan out. So if I wanted, I can't even replace that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna repair this one to be really good. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use a toothbrush and just brush this dust out here, because we don't want to leave any dust in here. Okay. Alright, and then I have this thing that I used to blow the dust out. We're gonna do the same thing to clean up this. I'm gonna brush this out and then blow the dust out, and we're gonna also brush the fan blades off to clean it up. Okay, so let me do that real quick and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. As you can see, clean this all out. Okay, and we clean the fan propellers up. All right, anyways, we're gonna repair this fan now, so I'm gonna set this aside. Okay, let me set this aside for now. Okay, we have the fan here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna push the fan propellers out. The best way to do that is you push at the part towards the center here. So I just use my fingernails here and push at the center of it, and there we go. Okay, basically what you're doing is you're pushing on this outer ring area. If you push on these outside fins, they're pretty fragile and you can break them. So yeah, usually I don't push on that area. Okay, we're gonna use some paper towel here. Okay, and we're just gonna clean up the piece here to try and get the old grease out. Okay, so we grab it and just kind of like twist it around, and you can see there's some old gunk there. Okay, so we're cleaning that off. Okay, you can kind of clean in here a little bit too, but be a little bit careful because you don't want to damage the wires in here. You can see it's a little bit dirty. All right, and also we can clean off the fins a little bit more on the bottom side. Basically the way I clean it is, well, even while it's in the fan, I kind of hold it a little so that it can spin slowly like this. But basically we're going to do that on the bottom as well. Okay, just like this. All right, so it's a lot cleaner now. And now what we're going to do, we need to get some oil into this thing. Okay, so I just use some synthetic motor oil. All right, I don't have a gas car anymore, but I use the oil still. All right, so I mean, the one bottle of oil will last forever, pretty much. Basically, you get like a little paper clip or whatever, and I'm going to tip it over. We'll get a little bit of oil on there. It forms like a droplet, and you can actually drip it into the thing right there. Okay, so just like that. Then take the fan thing, and you just drop it back in, and you can already immediately see it's much better. See how smooth it spins now? Okay, and we're gonna do this a couple times just to clear out any old gunk that's in there. The oil will mix with it, and then it can help you, it dissolves it and helps you pull away the old dirty oil, or grease that's stuck in there. Okay, usually what happens is over time, dust gets into this, and then I don't know if you can see that, there's some dark, where is this? You can see there's some dark stuff in the oil. So we're basically getting that gunk out. Okay. Okay. And we can do this a couple times and then we should be good. Okay. Get some more oil. Drop it into there. Good. And then we'll get this back in, spin it around again. Okay, push it back out. Alright, wipe it up. Okay, it's actually already clean. So, we're just going to do that. Put one more new drop of oil in there, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we'll get this back here, get one more drop of oil in. There, that's actually quite a bit of oil, it doesn't need that much. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a little bit of the oil out. It only needs a tiny bit, you don't need the oil to be all pulled up in there. So we're gonna get the paper and we're just gonna get a little bit to get sucked out. Okay. Try out the outside. There we go. Okay, then we just get the fan, drop it back in place. And there you go. We got a nice functioning fan. Okay. Now I just gotta clean up the paper clip. Alright, set that aside. Oh, the lid of my oil cap is breaking. Alright, so now we just gotta reinstall this stuff back in. We do need to clean up the heatsink. For this, basically just use more paper towel, and then we're going to use some rubbing alcohol. Okay. Alright, so get some paper towel, and we're just going to wipe this stuff off. We need to do that on the heatsink as well. I mean on the actual CPU and GPU as well. But for now, we're just going to wipe this off. Man, they put like so much thermal paste on there. Very unnecessary. And that actually reduces performance, so you don't want a crazy amount of thermal paste like that. Okay, so you gotta get all this gunk out. Alright, I'm gonna have to use a new piece of paper towel. My paper towel roll disappeared, but I'll go get one. Okay, so we'll just wipe all of this up. Hopefully you guys can see everything. Okay, you can see how dirty it is. We're gonna get some rubbing alcohol, and we're just gonna get it onto the paper towel, and this will help kind of dissolve any stuff that's stuck on there. Okay. Be careful not to bend the pipe. You can see that. Look how black that is, man. Okay, we're gonna get some more here. Clean it up a bit more. Continue cleaning. Okay. And flip it to a clean side and wipe that off. Dry it up. Okay. Should be good. Dry that up. Okay, I'm gonna get more paper towel. We're gonna do the same thing with the motherboard. I do need to also clean out more dust from here. But yeah, we need to clean all the stuff off of this and here. So let me do that and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. As you can see, cleaned off a bunch of it. We're gonna now just use some rubbing alcohol to get the rest out. And then we should be okay. Hopefully the power button cable didn't get pulled out here too much, so we'll make sure it powers back on and everything. Okay, clean this all up. Probably should have got a picture of the fan warning, but too late now. Alright. Main thing we gotta clean up is the CPU and GPU dies. Okay, there we go. We gotta dry this off, get all the lint out. Okay, there's some lint stuck on there. Whole thing stuck there. I want to make sure I get that out. Okay, there we go. Now we need to apply some new thermal paste here. You actually don't need too much thermal paste for this kind of stuff. So let me show you here. So we got this square, and it squishes really flat. So all you need is that. That's actually plenty. So I try and keep it as a ball shape in the center. And then when you put the heatsink down, it will push all the air bubbles out to the edges. So, okay, just like that. Then we gotta do this side as well. This one is a little bit longer. It's not like a complete square. So I kind of like do that. Okay. And then you kind of shape it a little bit longer, not completely round. Okay, just like that. Right. And then when you put the thing on top, it will press it completely flat, and that's how it will spread across the entire thing. Right, then you got this little portion here, and this one uses even less. Okay, and then you kind of just spread it really wide. Okay. Just like that. And if you're wondering, the paste I like to use is Icy Diamond. Yeah, it works really well. Doesn't have issues with conducting electricity or anything. If you accidentally get it in the components, and it's thick so it stays put where you put it. Okay, there you go. Hopefully you can see, just like that. Okay, and then just like that. All right, so now we just got to get the heatsink and everything back on. So let me zoom out a bit, make sure I can see all the screws here. Okay, it's harder to work like this. I can't see with my normal camera. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the fan back onto the heatsink first. Okay, so just line this up, get the fan back on. You can see it has these little clips that kind of help hold it. If you want, you can actually bend these clips inwards a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, so that way when you put it on, it will kind of help clip better. Okay, so like that. Then you gotta line this up. Okay, with the screw holes right there and right here. Okay, and make sure it lines up right. Okay, just like that. Good. We're gonna now use the JS0 screwdriver again to get those tiny screws back in. Okay, it goes that way, so let's get these tiny screws back into place. Okay, just like that, get that screw in. Alright, and then get the other tiny screw in. And hopefully, again, hopefully you guys can see, because my camera setup keeps shutting off and it's not working with the second display. So it's kind of annoying. I can't really see what I'm doing. But anyways, there you go. You can see the fan spins really nicely. Okay, so we're going to get this line back up. This one actually has a specific order. They number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to actually get the screws in, and you want to do it in that order to spread the thermal paste evenly. Okay, we're going to plug in the fan here. Make sure you have it, the connector, the right way. You don't want the exposed pins facing up, you want it facing down. So get that lined up, pinch that into place. Okay, make sure to switch back to the JS1 screwdriver. Okay, and we got the 3 screws here, so we're going to get that. Okay, I'm going to just loosely fit them real quick so it's not applying any pressure. Okay, make sure you don't tighten it down yet. Okay, I'm only doing like 1 turn. So what I do is I twist it backwards till it clicks, and then I turn it once. Okay, so here we have these. So I'm going to twist this, and we're going to do on number 1, 1, 2, 3, then screw number 2, twist it till it clicks. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then screw number 3 down here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can hear the click. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna go to number 5 here. 1, 2, 3. Number 6. 1, 2, 3. And number 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now everything is kind of secured in place. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it tightens all the way. There you go. Second one, tighten that all the way. Third one, tighten that all the way. Fourth one, tighten that all the way. All right, fifth one, tighten that all the way. Sixth one, tighten this all the way. And the 7th one, we'll tighten this all the way. Okay. All right, so now we got the fan all in place, and we should be good to go. If you're wondering what all the other components are, I'll just quickly kind of go over. But again, I show this in other videos. You got RAM here, obviously, there's 2 slots, okay? There's a hard drive. It looks like it was upgraded to an SSD. You got this USB board on a separate cable, hard drive cable right here. This is most likely trackpad cable, keyboard backlight cable, keyboard cable. This is possibly, actually I'm not too sure which 2 of these are, because I have to take out the thing. Okay, this is actually the touchpad, and then this is an LED, okay? And then you got the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery here, speaker connector there obviously with the cable running along the bottom to the other speaker here. And not really much else. Wireless cards here. Charge port is right there, and it's removable with 1 screw, and you also have to lift up this hinge. Okay. Yeah, not much else. LCD LVDS connectors here. If you mess with this, make sure you disconnect the battery, open the laptop, press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds before messing with that, right? And obviously the power button connector there. Okay, so let's go ahead now and put the bottom cover back on and power it up, and everything should be good to go. All right, actually oh yeah, I don't want to open this here because right now there's only one screw holding it here and here for the hinge. So you want to be careful. You don't want to mess with that. And there's some dust on the hinge, so let me clean that off as well real quick. Okay, so we got all the dust out now, right? Yep, okay. So we're now going to go ahead and put the bottom cover back on. Let me make sure to dust that out as well. I don't want to put dust from there in. Oh, that's actually kind of dusty. Let me brush it as well. Okay, I think we should be good. All right, so bottom cover, pretty simple, straightforward. Line it up, click everything into place. Okay, obviously. Okay, there we go. We're gonna have to use the JIS 0 screwdriver to get these screws back in. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward. All right, there we go. There we go. And the last one down here. And we'll tighten that down. All right, there we go. There we go. CD drive, get that in, slot it, slide it, push that in. Okay, and now we use the JIS 1 screwdriver and get the rest of the screws in, and then we'll power it up, make sure everything's good. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Other than that, that's pretty much it. If you disconnected the battery or the CMOS battery, a lot of times it will take a while to power back up properly. So if it just stays at a black screen, don't panic, that's normal. Might take some time, just wait for it. And yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get these last few screws. I'm gonna do these hinge screws first, and then we'll open it up and see. We don't need to get all these bottom screws in because I want to make sure it's at least turning on and working okay. Okay, we'll get this one. The last screws towards the front we'll do afterwards. We just want to make sure it's working. Okay, so let's flip this over. And then let's power it up. Okay, power button lights on. Alright, I think it just turned itself off. I don't know if the battery's low or what happened, but let's see. Power button lights up. CD drive is spinning. Okay, it's like turning on and turning itself back off. Let me plug in the charger just to see. Maybe the power is low. I probably should have powered it up before working on it just to see if there's anything weird going on. Hopefully everything's working okay here. If not, I'm gonna be worried. Sometimes it can also be the RAM, so let's see. The CD drive's like beeping a few times. Yep, okay, so I think the battery was just low, and there you go, it's powering up. Okay, so it's not complaining about anything now, so I think that should be good to go. We're gonna make sure to pop all of this back in all the way. Okay, make sure all the clips are in. Alright, and yeah, their battery's super low, so I'm gonna just shut it down now. We'll let it charge a bit. We'll get all the screws back in, and that's all there is to it. Alright, again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thanks for watching. You're welcome to stay as I get these last few screws in. Pretty much good to go. Alright. Last few screws in. Also, these screws, the hinge screws, are very important because if those are loose or coming out, the hinge mounts can break, and if those break, then your hinge is gonna just like flop all over and you're gonna have some problems. So make sure the screws are in nice and tight, especially those hinge screws towards the back. Okay, last few screws. Alright, last one, and that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Alright, let's drop this. Bye.